We cannot let Iran get a nuclear weapon. I've been saying it for a long time.
We're targeting military sites. We're targeting nuclear sites. We're targeting missile sites. They're targeting a hospital.
I think any American intervention would be a recipe for an all-out war in the region.
The Trump administration is weighing up whether to intervene in the war between Israel and Iran.
The president is saying that he will make a decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. It's very clear and direct.
The United Nations nuclear watchdog says Israel has severely damaged the underground enrichment facility at Natanz, but Israel has been unable to hit Fordo, which is located underneath a mountain.
They have options to do damage to Fordo, certainly, and set it back by months, but only the President of the United States has the ability to set that program back permanently.
Defense experts believe that bunker buster bombs would be needed to penetrate the site. These are bombs that weigh 30,000 pounds and are delivered using US B-2 bombers.
If the United States get involved in it, we are supporting that air campaign with a limited but very focused attack on maybe one or two of their buried facilities. And that's it.
Speaking on June 19th, Israel's Prime Minister said he trusts President Trump's judgment no matter what he decides regarding US involvement in the conflict.
That's a decision for the president to make, but I can tell you that they're already helping a lot because they're participating in the protection of the skies over Israel and its cities with THAAD missile batteries that are in Israel, with Aegis ships that are on the shore of Israel, with their pilots that are fighting alongside our pilots to knock out drones.
Since Israel's campaign to take out Iran's nuclear sites began, President Trump has called for, via Truth Social, unconditional surrender from Iran.
They're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
In response, on June 18th, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khomeini, said President Trump's calls for Iran's unconditional surrender were threatening and ridiculous and would lead to irreparable damage.
We are in contact with almost all countries, including China and Russia, and we are trying our best in order to mobilize international community's unified response against this act of aggression.
On June 20th, Iran's foreign minister met with, amongst others, representatives from Britain and the European Union in Geneva.
We need to de-escalate this. Yes, the nuclear issue has to be dealt with, but it's better dealt with by way of negotiations than by way of conflict, and therefore our clear objective here is to de-escalate this situation.
It was on June 12th that the International Atomic Energy Agency Board of Governors passed a resolution finding Iran in non-compliance with its Safeguards Agreement, a crucial part of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty that has done much to stop the spread and use of nuclear weapons. But it was long before then that the IAEA flagged a dramatic expansion at Fordo.
Iran continues to expand its nuclear program in ways that have no credible, peaceful purpose. We remain deeply concerned with Iran's nuclear activities and will continue to vigilantly monitor them.
It was a year after that statement, June 12th, that Israel launched its campaign.
Why did you launch this operation now?
Because we were facing an imminent threat, a dual existential threat. One, the threat of Iran rushing to weaponize their enriched uranium to make atomic bombs with a specific and declared intent to destroy us. Second, a rush to increase their ballistic missile arsenal.
The response from the International Atomic Energy Agency?
I have repeatedly stated that nuclear facilities must never be attacked, regardless of the context or circumstances, as it could harm both people and the environment.
Well, I don't want to get involved either, but I've been saying for 20 years, maybe longer, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
While the administration is hoping for a diplomatic resolution, President Trump is now considering his options, which have been made all the more difficult by the new right isolationists within the Republican Party, who see every US military intervention as a slippery slope to disaster.
How many people live in Iran, by the way? I don't know the population. At all? No, I don't know the population. You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
And cringeworthy incidents like the Tucker Carlson-Ted Cruz interview
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government, and you don't know anything about the country.
miss a vital distinction made clear by Germany's new chancellor.
This is the dirty work that Israel is doing for all of us. Otherwise, we possibly would have seen this terror by this regime for months and years, and possibly with a nuclear weapon in their hand.
Ahead of the meeting in Geneva, Iran's foreign minister said they have nothing to discuss with the US while Israel continues its strikes on Iran.
We are not seeking negotiations. It is the Americans who want talks, but we made it explicitly clear to them that as long as this aggression continues, there is absolutely no room for diplomacy.
The president wants peace in the region. He does not want to be a wartime president, but we have to protect our country, our citizens, and that's what this is about.
I have ideas as to what to do, but I haven't made a final. I like to make the final decision 1 second before it's due, because things change.